And we're back with Richard Reviews. Today we are reviewing a book for richardreviews.com/Griffin Chestnut here on YouTube. Griffin Chestnut, of course, is Richard's online YouTube account where he reviews everything he finds interesting, and today is no different. Today's book that Richard will be reviewing for us is titled Spandex, The Secret Diaries by Albert Speer. This is the author of Inside the Third Realm. This is a national bestseller. Over 100,000 hardcover copies sold. And according to this, it was selected by two major book clubs with 32 pages of exclusive photos. So this is Richard's piece. We're going to take a look at it. It's very, very active, and the symbolism in here is incredibly strong in terms of finding a following niche for each spectrum of the reader. Of course, this deals with the Nazi realm of Germany during World War II, which ultimately changed the world, and Richard felt that this book was very powerful if you're interested in World War II and how things happened and the whole history behind it. It's a very powerful book, very messed up world that we live in. And according to this book, it really shows how much goes in to everything that's being brought about. Let's take a look at the book. This book is it's a rare piece. Richard was able to obtain it. As you can tell, it's not in the best condition. We do have some brim wall along the bottom crease here, a lot of glutinous, and on the cover we actually do have a price here, if you could tell. So we're looking at pocket 80843, $2.50. So this is a very old book, considering books don't really go that low anymore. And this just goes to show Richard's full spring and his determination in finding all these pieces to ultimately collect his collection. His collection is in the mainstream media, and he obtained this piece in 2014. He also read it in 2014, and he completed it in the same year of 2014. Richard reviewed this fully on his blog, which you can find in the link in the description, and he gave it a fantastic review. So 2 thumbs up for this book. Richard gives 2 thumbs up. It's very intriguing, very realistic, and the stories that are sold in the Secret Diaries are very interesting for the genius philosophy that is the meaning of life. Richard found that this pocketbook ultimately secluded in his collection, and he wanted to take care of good condition. So we're going to take a look at the condition right here. Even on the bottom we do have this like coloring film. This is from Old Nature Departure, where the ink ultimately will dry out, some sort of water damage. But Richard is fortunate enough to have a seclusion membership, which he pays a monthly premium price. So here we have more of the same secluded nature, and even on this side more of the same secluded nature. Good brim wall, very good cream. And on this side we have Spandex, The Secret Diaries, Albert Speer, and a lot of creasing in the middle. I don't know if you can see the creasing, but it's very affirmative, especially a book of this nature. It's very affirmative, and you can see that the crease is real. And on the back we have some more private notions of a book of this caliber. As you can tell, the dimensions are left to right and right to left, and the circle brim wall, okay, right in the center. And you really want to glue it right in the center here and get a good case of it. And you can tell there are 2 dimensions side by side, 1, 2, 3, 4, all together and all on the side. bring it into this round notion. Okay? It's a really fascinating read, apparently, according to this. A deeply moving human document of extraordinary political and psychological interest. It's unbelievably complex. As we take a look inside here, we're going to be astonished once we open up the piece and see how old this piece really is. And when it was translated by Richard himself. Richard translated this, and he ultimately did a fantastic job. As you can tell, it's very convoluted. There are pictures of the Third Reich, very rare photos of the time that is in question here, about exactly what is going on with the German occupation of the world. And you can see this is very well documented in the beginning. And if you're interested into the deformed nation that Germany ultimately tried to thrust upon the world, these pictures will show a clear dilemma of the appropriate nation of what happened with Hitler. The current Hitler was romantic in nature, and it's ultimately a friendly notion that he was bombarded with his acrylic Futurama, which he was not really a fan, as you can see, of the lawnmower. The invention of the lawnmower brought into a great dilemma through which the author of this piece shows provocative endangerment with what can actually be attributed to the man known as Hitler in the Nazi realm. There's far too many problems in the world for this to be a substantial review, but Richard nonetheless finds that this piece proactively shows a continuity divide. So we have right here 479. So this is a 500-page piece, okay, by Albert Speer, that you can tell has a real tick to it, and the tick is in the cover. Okay, you can feel it. Good tick, good bounce, and strong brim, really strong brim. You want to keep that brim in there. The brim is real, and you could almost put it to the side like this, and then put it all back. And what you have is a strong brim. So Richard gives this piece 2 thumbs up for the piece that it is. It is a masterful piece. 2 thumbs up from Richard. That's 2 thumbs up. Albert Speer, once again, has done it again. And he's done a fantastic job with this riveting piece known as The Secret Diaries, from a national bestseller. Over 100,000 hardcover copies sold, and it is the same author, Albert Speer, author of The Inside the Third Reich. So thank you for that, Mr. Albert Speer. Thank you, Mr. Richard, for giving us a great review once again of another national bestseller, a rare piece. So we are very thankful for you finding it for us. This is it for Richard Reviews. Catch us next time, next Tuesday. Thank you and goodbye.